Hey guys, so listen, for a lot of you, I bet you didn't know that when you put your money in the bank, it magically disappears. It's not real money. The bank is a magician. So you probably don't think of it like that. But let me help you. So when you deposit your money into the banks, you give the bank the freedom to do whatever they want to do with the money, and the banks are going to use the money to make money. So there's three things I teach on this channel that I never want you guys to forget. Number one, never ever trust that your job is safe or secure under any circumstances. It ain't, okay? Like the great philosopher Chris Brown said, these jobs ain't loyal, okay? Or something like that. Secondly, never allow yourself to only have one source of income, especially if that income is just your job. Never trust that your job's going to be there, so never allow yourself to have one source of income. These three things you're going to learn right here. I promise it'll change your life if you just listen and implement them into your new financial mindset. And number three, never work hard on a job, get paid a little bit of money, and then stick the money in a bank and leave it there for the purpose of just leaving it there. If you're going to pile money in the bank, you should use the money to make more money. Never save money just to save money. If you're going to save money with the intent of using the money to do what? Make more money. So you never want to just put money in the bank and leave it there. If you do that, because here's what I want you to know. Money is only useful when it's used. I'll say it again. Money is only useful when it's used. So money is a tool. Means if you don't use the tool, it's not worth anything. It's worthless, right? So if you get money, let's say for instance you get $10,000. And most people don't have that, but let's just say you do. You get $10,000, you go and pile it into a bank account, and then you leave it there. Now, your security is going to come from looking at your app, seeing the $10,000 as a number, not realizing the money really is not in the account, but you don't care. It's going to give you some sense of security, and you're going to sit there and say, I got 10,000. And then time and life is just going to come and eat that stash away. Eventually, it'll be 5, then it'll be 2, and then it'll be 0. You might have that emergency that you're waiting on, that you're hoping for. Oh, you didn't know you were hoping for it? Yeah. Well, what do you call that account? You call it an emergency account, right? You call it a rainy day account, right? Which means you're manifesting what? Emergencies and rainy days, which also means that account with $10,000 in it right now cannot be successful unless it has a what? Rainy day or an emergency. Here's what I encourage you to do. In 2025, stop saying rainy day or emergency, and here's what you say. Don't even say savings, because it puts you in the mood of just saving. Listen, the vocabulary that they named, like the names that they gave to these accounts, it all caters to the banks winning and beating you. It's called a savings account. What do you do with a savings account? You save. How come the banks don't have savings accounts? How come the banks don't do what you do? How come the banks never have money? Yet you bring money to them all the time and they never have money. In fact, if you go in there now and you try to take out a small amount, like 25 grand, as soon as you do that, they're going to tell you to come back in a day or two because they don't have your money. They're in the business of using money to make money. In fact, they're in the business of selling your money to make money. You give them free product. I was talking to someone the other day and I said, listen, banks used to pay interest. The reason I believe they don't anymore, well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, no one gets paper checks anymore. Well, what does that mean? That means whenever back in the days you would get a paper check, you'd have the option to cash it here, cash it there. It doesn't matter. But now that there's direct deposit, it goes straight into your bank account. Banks don't have to bribe you, right? And the other reason, nobody asked the bank to pay them. Nobody asked about the interest rates. So the banks figured it out and said, wait a minute, nobody's asking about interest rates. Why are we paying 10, 15% interest? Drop that to 0. See if anybody complains. And nobody complains because you guys think the value is a place to store your money. And the banks know that and they use it against you. And they tell you, hey, emergencies can happen, rainy days can happen, so don't take your money out of the bank. And there you go. You leave your money there. And then you go through this life struggling and you got access to money. And you won't use it because you've been conditioned to stay poor, to stay broke, to trust the bank. You've been conditioned to play it safe, stay in your comfort zone, and wait for this scary thing called an emergency. And I'm telling you, if you continue to think like that, you're always going to be in a struggling financial position, because it ain't about the money. It's all about the mindset. And I keep telling you that on this channel. So unless you change the way you think about money, nothing's going to change for you. Unless you understand that, hey, from here on out, no savings account, no emergency, no rainy day. Here, I'm going to have the account, but I ain't going to call it that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to play the bank's game. I see what you're doing there. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it an opportunity account. So every time I save $1, I'm looking for an opportunity to invest it, to buy something, to try something, to get a vending machine, to buy a box truck, to invest in a friend's business, to start a middleman business, whatever it is you want to do. The money you always have to be thinking about how to use the money to make more money. That's the goal. All right, I'm Shon-Jhon, by the way, AKA the Middleman CEO. If you guys want to learn what a middleman business is and how to get started building a middleman business from your phone, making income from your phone without leaving the comfort of your house, then put the word middleman in the comment below to get that free video. And for everybody who's joined the class this week, I'm excited. I know you guys are super excited. Let's get rolling. Let's build your business. But again, money is something you should be using to make more money. The problem is, and I could do a whole video on this, the problem is you guys use time to make money. You've been convinced by the bank and by society that a savings account is where you should just stack money. What good is the money if you just stack it? Some of you go out there and you work 2 jobs just to stack money in a bank account and leave it there. Overworked, killing yourself for money you're not even gonna use. You just leave it there and wait on hard times. I'm telling you, that's a bad idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I gotta go. I'm thinking about doing a Patreon. Somebody asked about that, where we could get into some detail about this stuff. If you guys appreciate the channel, appreciate the videos, let me know. Smash the thumbs up. If you have a question or comment, or if you've experienced something like this, you agree or disagree, just let me know. All right, guys, watch another free video if you don't mind. Share this channel with somebody else. I'm Shon-Jhon, AKA the Middleman CEO, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.